Good morning. Happy Friday, all empathic, sensitive souls. How is everyone doing today? It's the end of the week. Woo! We made it. Another week. We got through it. On Monday, we drew that movement card. That's a beautiful card. You're in a time of positive forward motion. How did that feel this week? I'm not so sure that my motion was forward at all. Sometimes it felt like I was going in reverse. And then I'd be gently reminded that we are moving forward. Things are progressing, things are changing. I was reminded last night, look how far we've come in the past couple of years. Look back to where we started and now where we're at. It floored me 5 years ago, 2020, and the world was topsy-turvy. Not that it's not topsy-turvy now, but it was total chaos. And look where we're at now. Look how far we've come. Look how much growth we've had. So when I feel like I'm falling back or my steps are going backwards, is it really? Look for those little nuggets of treasure that you think you're behind or things aren't going the way they're supposed to go, and look how far you've come. Look where you're at today compared to where you were yesterday, a year ago, 5 years ago. And gosh, I know it's hard. I was talking with my niece and she's like, I think that we've really changed and grown, and I'm like, I'm looking at her life and I'm like, yeah, you've really come a long way from a year ago even. But 5 years ago, I said you're a totally different person on how you act and react and how you hold yourself, you carry yourself, your confidence level, how you feel. She's like, oh, yeah, but look at what you've done. And I'm like, oh, I have to remind myself I can look at myself too. I can look at myself with that same pair of glasses on and say, oh yeah, I guess I have come pretty far. Now, is there more room to grow? Well, of course there is. There's always room to grow and change and the whole 9 yards. But take a step, take a breath, and realize just what you've accomplished. And if you feel like you have accomplished anything, well, guess what? You have, because you're still here, you're still breathing, you're still taking it step by step, day by day. And that in itself is huge, because there's days where we don't necessarily feel like we want to, right? And if you get up out of bed every morning and just live, blessings to you. So now it's a new moon. We can release some of that stuff we don't want, like limiting beliefs, the lack of the I'm not good enough, those things that, well, that's just the way it is. That's the way my family's been. We can change that. You have the power to wish and believe and hope and dream and manifest and change that way of thinking. And I like to grumble to my cousin about how crabby work is or whatever. And then I was reading an article that says it's good to talk about what happened or what's going on, but don't continue to talk about it, because what you speak is what's going to continue to happen. So if I constantly am complaining about work and the drama and the BS that goes on there, well, guess what? It's going to be drama and BS that continually occurs, because that's what I'm thinking and that's what I'm speaking into existence, if you say. So now I have to try to figure out how to refresh and reframe what I'm saying, so I get it off my shoulders, like, okay, well, today was just one heck of a day, blah, blah, blah. Okay, change the subject. Tomorrow's going to be better. I know it's going to be better. It's a good day to have a good day. Things are going to go smoothly. Work has been just amazingly smooth. Has it been really? No, but I can speak it into existence. So shifting how we talk about things because we don't want to speak that. It's like, Harry Potter and the name that shall not be named, or however that saying goes, because you don't want to speak it into existence. So try not to constantly lament about how horrid work is. How about, well, it's I got a job, gosh darn it, I'm happy about that. I'm making money, not spending money. I'm happy about that. Things are great. Things are great. Things are great. It gets old and it gets tiring, especially when things aren't great. But if we keep training our brain to see the good, then the days become better than what they were, because it's our perspective and it's our mindset. So we just have to flip the switch. We have to release that old energy, that old way of thinking, so new can come in. And at the end of the year here, and especially a full moon, it's a perfect time to release what doesn't serve us and bring in what helps us to make us a, I don't want to say better, but a better person, to make us feel that we can do what we need to do. We can accomplish, and dare I say, find a smidgen of happiness. Because sometimes, even though there's dark clouds rolling in, especially at work, we can find that ray of sunshine. So hopefully this movement card spoke to you this week. I, it's amazing that when I come on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the card that I draw on Monday, it makes me reflect and think about what's going on during the week. And while I may not think about it right in the moment, afterwards, oh yeah, there was a huge shift at work. Oh yeah, things are changing. We're finally getting this new program in, and my coworker finally came into work to show us how to do it and stand over our shoulder and say yes, no, and answer questions as we went through it. That's huge movement, because it's been over a year in the making. So movement. Sometimes you roll back, sometimes you move forward, but every time you roll back, I just like to think of it as a pinball machine where you're pulling it back so you can release it. Ding, the ball goes flying. You're the ball. When you roll back, get ready to launch forward again. Put that in your mindset, like, oh, okay, now I'm going to move forward. It may be miserable today, but tomorrow's going to be a better day. I'm moving forward. I'm going to hit that ding, 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 ding. And it's all in your mindset. Your mind is so powerful. It's amazing what we as humans, when we think we can, and what we can accomplish, our mind is, put it to the test. Test it out. Try it. See if it works. Shift your perspective. When you're feeling stagnant and blah, shift your perspective. And every time that stagnant thought comes in, or that stagnant feeling comes in, or that woe is me, or that worry, flip the script, shift it, and see how the rest of the day unfolds. I find when I can get out of the doldrums and look at it like, this is learning, I am learning. What is it teaching me? The rest of the day seems to go smooth. I take a few deep breaths. I've got this. And see how it unfolds. Just try it. See what happens. I hope that you all have a fantastic weekend. I am back to puppy sitting. I'm so excited. It is cold here. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. Yesterday was the coldest. It was, 15 below zero yesterday morning. And I only got up to 14 yesterday afternoon. And currently it's 18 out now, according to what the computer says. So I'm hoping, because that's warmer now than what it was all day yesterday. So have a great weekend. Stay warm, stay safe. I don't know if there's any storms even coming through. All I know is it's going to be chilly in the low 20s to 30 all the rest of the next week. And as long as we don't have more snow, I'm good with that. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. I'll talk on Monday. Bye for now.